Hello again, guys. um, first, um, first off, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was going to be so dark. I don't know why it's not showing my face, or at least I can't see it. That's very strange. Like, I can see the windows, but I can't see my face. Maybe it'll come up better in the video when it's actually on YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, I do first want to apologize for not putting up a video in 2 days. Has it been 2 or 3? Uh, 2 or 3 days, however long it's been. But regardless, I wanted to apologize for not getting a video out. Um, the reason for me not, um, getting a video out is because Christmas is a very important time in my family, and this Saturday, um, the family on my grandmother's side is going to be coming up. My mom, her sisters, their families, things like that, are going to be coming up, and celebrating Christmas, giving gifts, things like that, and all of that fun jazz. Um, so that's going to be happening here at this house. Um, so I've had little time to write the script for this video. Never mind, um, actually making the video because I've been trying to help my grandmother prepare for all of that, getting the food ready, going shopping, getting the food, prepping the food, all of that stuff. And then she insists on making fudge and cookies and things like that, so I helped her with that. And then I have other things I need to do, like I need to make sure that I keep my room clean. I need to make sure I do this and that and the other thing around the house. So there's been very little time for me to actually do things like write a script for a video and then film a video, which is probably going to be 10 minutes long, maybe. Hopefully, it'll be at least that long. Anyway, so, um, anyway, what I'd like to talk about today is my love altar. And this altar, originally, um, was dedicated to my boyfriend. I'm not going to say his name because, one, we're no longer dating, so it doesn't really matter. And two, even if we were dating, I don't think it'd be wise for me to put out his name anyway. So I'm not going to do that. But, um, this altar, because him and I are no longer dating, has been repurposed, um, to be for helping my emotion of love and the application of the emotion of love. So the altar itself, has two red candles and one pink candle in the upper left hand corner. Okay. And I might show this to you some other time. I don't think I can change the camera, direction mid video. Otherwise, I would absolutely do that, but I don't think I can. And I don't want to mess with this video right now because I don't want to delay it any longer than I already have. So we're just going to go on with that. So anyway, so yeah, the candles are in the upper right hand corner, left hand corner. Sorry. Um, in the middle of the upper portion of the altar, I have a mug. It is a red mug. This mug, is unique because it has a sort of like a, it's kind of like a sticker, except except it's a chalkboard. So it's a chalkboard on a mug, and it's not like a giant one. It obviously it has to fit on the mug. But I took a pink chalk and I wrote the word love on it in calligraphy. So I have that written on the mug. And what I plan on doing with that, excuse me, is brewing a tea, or excuse me, potion, elixir, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. And I'm going to, um, that's going to resemble essentially the emotion itself of love. So I'll have that potion, elixir, tea, whatever you want to call it, in the mug. There's also a instant. Uh, I'm going to call it an instant tower because it's not just like a little disc or it's not just a little plate. It's an actual wooden tower. And on the and you can open it up. On the inside of that tower, there is in the four corners of the inside holes where you can put instant sticks. Okay. In the center of on the bottom of this tower is a brass plate where you would put instant cones in. Okay. So I can have instant sticks, instant cones, both, whatever, in there, and burn those, and then they'll go in through the tower, and there's holes in the top, in the sides, and things like that where the smoke can escape, and obviously, incense the room, whatever. So the incense that I'm using are rose because roses, love, usually coexist or are usually associated with each other. I also have on the upper right hand corner a small drawer. Um, I'm not sure what to call it. Again, when I show this eventually, you'll understand what I'm saying. But there's a small. It's almost like an organizational thing. It's wooden. I'm sure once I show you, you'll recognize it. You've seen it before, at least those of you who have watched my older videos. But on top of that, I have a uh, quill pen and ink, and that is for when I am writing things like petitions. When I'm writing things that I need to write on paper, I will use that for that. For that. I also have a old candle jar. It's actually a Yankee candle jar. I believe it's either Yankee or Village candle jar. With the excuse me, rubber seal. So I take off the cap and then it can seal again with the rubber seal. Inside I have a corn husk poppet, sea salt, um, regular salt, regular table salt, um, bl- uh, Hawaiian black salt, um, gray salt, homemade gray salt, not gray salt, yeah, homemade gray salt, um, and rose petals. I believe I would get up and look, but I don't. One, I don't want to break the spell, and two, I don't want to get up and just possibly have something happen. I don't know. Anyway, so just you know, I have lots of protection inside the jar to basically to protect the poppet. But I also have a lot of ingredients inside of the jar, of which will help to infuse love into the spell, and direct the energy of love into the intention of the spell. I also have gray salt and sea salt sprinkled around and on top of the jar. And on top of the jar, I also have a point of rose quartz. Um, that rose quartz, um, again, is helping to direct the energy of love to the intention of the spell. I also have a small white glass vase, which I have one silk red rose, and then I have a few plastic white roses. Again, roses are associated usually with love, and so I am using that for that. If I had other things I could do, then yeah, I would do that, but I don't. I have the tarot card of the two lovers. I have a homemade red clay um, cone incense disc, and um, I have a few incense cones. I don't remember the scent that is intended for the incense cones, but I do know that they smell amazing, and I use those particularly for the offering of the spirits and my ancestors. For when I need to do that. I do have an offering candle. Unfortunately, it is purple, and the reason why it's unfortunate that it's purple is because I don't have a lot of purple candles. But this candle is somewhat used anyway, and so I decided, you know what, I'll just use this because I don't use that candle anyway. And I mean, I have one purple candle and it's much larger than the one that I have right now. So I'll just use that, and whatever wax I don't burn out of this large purple candle, I can just melt down and make a new one. So I'll be fine. Anyway, and then I have some leftover rose petals that I have used for the spell. I just put it in a small jar and put it there. In the center of the altar, the working space of the altar, I have a silver dish which I have put gray salt, um, rose petals, and a few um, cinnamon sticks in. Um, just a basic offering for helping to empower the essential aura of the spell, and also to protect it the altar itself, and help and say, hey, could whoever is responsible for protecting this altar, um, could you please help me by protecting this altar and continue to supply it with this energy that is intended for its aura? So I am doing that. I also have a small vial that I'm going to be putting the secondary body fluid of a male into, um, and I'm going to be burning bay leaves, which I will write the names or the intention of my task for the burning on the leaf with some pink chalk. And then I have a small clay uh, dish for that. I have a cappuccino cup, of in which I have put two rings in, symbolizing marriage, and a few things there as well. I think I sprinkled salt on the dish, around the cup and things like that, again, for protection. And I light this. Usually, this altar is lit up and used either when I need a boost in my affection or the emotion of love, or when I feel like I need to have help in a relationship. So I do that for that. Recently, I have used a this altar for a spell to help protect and block um, the feelings and emotions of a person who I hold very close to myself. Again, love this person. Um, so I have put a protection and a protection spell on that person, and essentially have bound the emotions of love between him and I together with the spell. And so I've been doing that. Um, so good 16-minute video. Um, when I make my next video, I would like to explain how I made the love jar, the jar that has the cornhusk puppet in it. And honestly, if I remember correctly, that was originally intended again for my ex. So I think that that would be good to be able to show, because I need to redo that anyway, because again, we're not dating. And although I do care about him, I don't think that he's going to want me doing anything for him. So I'll be taking that apart in my next video and doing that. And I will be ensuring that I have the time, and if I don't, I will make the time to make a script and a video for you guys tomorrow about this. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Again, like, comment, subscribe, things like that. Share these videos around, and I did check on my subscriptions, and last time I said I think I had a little under, I think I said I had less than 40. I checked and I'm like, oh, I have 45 subscriptions. That's amazing. So, yeah. Um, thank you for whoever subscribed to me after, I disappeared. I appreciate that, and I hope that you enjoy the videos that I put up now. Again, I am sorry about the terrible lighting situation. I mean, I swear, I have lights right there, and you can see it, but for some reason, like, the only light that's actually hitting my face and actually just barely showing my face is the sunlight that's coming out of my window right there. So I don't know. Anyway, um, I love you guys. Thank you for everything that you have done for me, supporting me, subscribing to me, sharing my videos, trying to help me in any way that you think can help me, or any way that you can help me. And I hope that you all enjoy that I have at least made an attempt at coming back. And again, I do want to make a video tomorrow about how to make the love jar, so that if you are interested on how I did that and how you can do it yourself, you can do that. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, whenever you happen to be watching the video. And until I see you all tomorrow, goodbye and blessed be.